I bet you've got a pair of shoes that look luxurious but are only good for what, 20 meters tops? Don't worry, you're not alone. Let me introduce you to footwear that blends style and comfort so well your feet will practically say, "Hey, wear us more often." Ever notice how fashion sometimes acts like a strict school teacher? Higher heels, sharper toes, brighter colors, and not a single hint that feet are, alive and dreaming of a calm, dignified existence. The good news, there's finally footwear that stopped tormenting humanity. That's exactly what this selection is about. Picture this. You're rushing out the door, already late, you grab the first pair you see and suddenly realize no pinching, no rubbing, no sacrifices required. A small miracle that's actually very real. Style and comfort stopped being enemies a long time ago. They're more like those friends who pretend not to get along, then suddenly become the perfect team. If before you had to choose between beautiful but painful and comfortable but boring, things have changed. Brands finally figured out that people want a normal life, to walk, to take photos, and ideally, to survive the experience. That's exactly the kind of shoes we've gathered today. But first, let's admit something obvious. Comfort isn't a weakness or a whim, it's a strategic investment, the difference between strolling home or crawling after an hour outside. Comfortable shoes are like a good friend, supportive, reliable, and never a traitor. Such a pleasant alternative that the pretty but punishing pairs end up somewhere in the darkest corner of the closet. And comfortable shoes genuinely improve your mood. When your feet aren't suffering, you automatically become kinder, braver, and more open to adventure. Walk an extra block, stop by your favorite cafe, or simply look around instead of scanning for the nearest bench. And here's the fun part. Comfy shoes aren't limited to sporty or sensible designs. Some are true stunners, bright, stylish, with details that make people turn their heads. Others are perfect for everyday wear, lightweight, soft, almost invisible, yet incredibly dependable. And some are so versatile they work with jeans, skirts, and the "I just need to survive today" mood. If fashion used to be an endurance test, today you finally have options. Shoes no longer demand sacrifices, no longer whisper, "just suffer a little." They simply work and bring joy. And now that we're talking about a world where style doesn't equal pain, it's the perfect time to meet today's heroes, the shoes that won't let you down. Ready? Let's ease into the first category, the one that can save your day even when your schedule is completely chaotic. There's footwear built for modern, hectic life, the kind that survives sudden sprints, spontaneous plans, and all those "oh no, I'm running again" moments. Sneakers, the quiet superheroes that carry your whole day. The secret is simple: effortless comfort. A lightweight sole to protect your joints, a soft upper that adapts to your foot, and a design that long ago stepped beyond pure sportswear. Sneakers have become universal tools, stylish, mood-lifting, foot-approved. Today's models don't try to be overly technical or overly trendy, they're just good-looking. From minimal white pairs to colorful statement options, the variety is huge. Sometimes it feels like sneakers were invented to make people walk more and suffer less. For active folks, they're irreplaceable. When every hour means a new destination, sneakers save the day. Their quiet usefulness makes them feel like a good friend, reliable, present, not demanding attention. Another bonus versatility: jeans, perfect; dresses, stylish; skirts, absolutely. Sneakers don't impose rules, they adapt to yours. And there are models with enhanced cushioning, ventilation, or anatomical insoles, ideal for anyone who spends the whole day on their feet. The more you wear good sneakers, the less you ever want to go back to endure the pain shoes. Comfort becomes the norm, and that's wonderful. Sneakers have fully settled into fashion, and we finally get to look stylish without performing feats of endurance. And now to the models for calmer days when you want to move slowly and savor every step. There's a category for lovers of simple joys, everyday flats and shoes. They don't need a special occasion, they don't try to be something they're not. They simply look neat, complete your outfit, and let you move without thinking something is rubbing again. Their power is in how they feel. A soft insole, a flexible upper, an easy bending sole, and suddenly you're gliding instead of walking. This footwear seems to say, I'll adjust. And it actually does. Shoes made from soft leather or fabric that follows the shape of your foot are a special pleasure. They don't distort your gait and require no break-in period. It's like a good morning coffee. You put them on and forget about them because they're just that comfortable. Try on a truly well-designed pair and you immediately understand how comfort can change your entire day. An anatomical insole, heel support, ventilation, tiny details that make life easier. Comfort is a feeling of control. When your shoes don't betray you, you feel calmer and more confident. Everyday shoes blend seamlessly into your wardrobe. Minimalist designs for clean looks, decorative details for a soft statement. They work in the office, on a walk, and on those days when you want to look good and feel even better. Their greatest strength is reliability. A modest hero that does its job without asking for applause. In the noisy world of fashion, such steadfastness is priceless. Because at the end of the day, we all want one thing, for our feet not to beg for mercy. Now let's step into a world of creativity and beauty where comfort meets expressive design. Some pairs practically announce, you will notice me. These are designer and floral models, little works of art that don't require suffering for beauty. Floral shoes, each with its own story. Embroidery, bold prints, layered materials, they add lightness and joy to your outfit, and they're still practical. Soft uppers, comfortable fit, flexible soles. Designer models feature bold lines, unusual shapes, and ideas that make you smile. They turn ordinary days into moments of self-expression. And the best part, you can wear them right away, no break-in period needed. Shoes like these often become the centerpiece of your look. Simple jeans, a dress, a skirt, and the pair does all the styling work, like having a tiny stylist in your closet. Every detail, a stitch, a flower, a color blend is intentional. This isn't shoes just because. These are shoes that boost your mood before you've even left the house. And they stay comfortable. Designers finally realized no one should have to suffer. And interestingly, these models become favorites not for their versatility, but for the emotions they bring. You put them on and suddenly the day feels brighter. Now let's move on to footwear built for motion for those who walk a lot, accomplish a lot, and need shoes that can keep up. Some days feel like a marathon. Meetings, errands, walks, everything requires footwear that can stay in sync with your rhythm. And that's where loafers, moccasins, and soft, flexible models come in. Loafers strike the balance between elegance and ease. Slip them on and go. They support your foot, make walking smoother, and still look polished enough for the office or a coffee shop. Moccasins are the encyclopedia of softness. It feels like you're stepping on something far kinder than pavement. After a few outings, the shoes become your allies, molding perfectly to your foot. Flexible, detail-free models are honest, no-nonsense footwear. Lightweight, comfortable, and versatile, perfect for travel and long days. Materials matter enormously. Natural leather, soft suede, stretch fabrics, soles that bend, insoles that support, shapes that don't remind you of their existence every 5 minutes. These are shoes for people who don't have time to think about their shoes, but still want to feel good in them. And of course, versatility. Loafers and moccasins pair beautifully with trousers, skirts, and dresses. It's the ideal blend of mobility and aesthetics. Now we arrive at the final section: light, friendly, and practical. After this tour of shoe styles, it's time to master choosing footwear that feels great on day one and still does a month later. Comfort isn't luck, it's the result of a few smart decisions. First, materials. Stiff shoes with zero breathability should stay on the shelf. Soft leather, breathable fabrics, and good lining ensure your feet won't revolt. Second, the sole. Flexible, springy, supportive. If it resists even a gentle bend, imagine how it'll feel after 5 hours of walking. Third, the insole. Anatomical isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It distributes pressure, supports the arch, and softens each step. Fourth, the fit. If shoes hurt in the store, don't expect miracles. Comfortable pairs feel right immediately. Fifth, the weight. Lightweight shoes make your stride freer and your day better. And lastly, listen to yourself, not the trends. Beauty pleases the eye, but comfort pleases your whole life. And if you find a pair that offers both, that's a little treasure. Now that you've got ideas, examples, and a checklist, choosing shoes will be so much easier. Remember, comfort doesn't cancel style, and style should never cancel comfort. They work beautifully together, you just need to give them a chance. And every comfortable pair makes your day a little happier.